Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Well, this is another first for Biden. Welcome to another installment of Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And let's talk about this. I say another first for Biden. This is another first. This is the first president to ever literally call half the country a threat, an extremist threat to democracy. I don't know who wrote this speech. I just wonder who is actually running the country, because if you had some sense of moderation in your mind, if you read this speech, you would say, whoa, this is a bit much. But he went out there and pandered it. Now I want to play two videos. The first one is a Safe America speech that he gave, I believe, in Pennsylvania. This was, I think, August 30th. But I'm only going to play a chunk of it because, once again, he's regurgitating the same lies. But I want to point out one thing, so I'm going to play it. I'm going to come back because there's a few things I want to talk about. Let's go ahead and watch that.
But we're not stopping here. I'm determined to ban assault weapons in this country. Determined. I did it once before, and I'll do it again. For many of you home, I want to be clear. It's not about taking away anybody's guns. In fact, we should be treating responsible gun owners as examples how every gun owner should behave. I have 2 shotguns at home. It's a long story, but I'm not opposed to guns. But I support the Second Amendment, and I support the Second Amendment. But the Second Amendment, as one of the most conservative justices in history, Justice Scalia once wrote, quote, like most rights, the rights granted by the Second Amendment are not unlimited. They're not unlimited. Right now, you can't go out and buy an automatic weapon. You can't go out and buy a cannon. And for those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe, if you want to fight against the country, you need an F-15. You need something a little more than a gun. No, I'm not joking. Think about this. Think about the rationale that's used to provide this. And who are they shooting at? Shooting at these guys behind me. Folks, look.
All right, you saw that. First off, cannons were owned by private citizens. I've done videos on this. The history of the privateers in America is a clear example of a private citizen owning a cannon. That is a lie that he regurgitates every time. And, well, unfortunately, most people are stupid and uninformed and don't want to do the work to get to the truth. They'll believe what fits their agenda. Also, this whole thing, did he just literally state that if the government is going to go to war with half the country, you need an F-15 if you're going to fight the government? Well, he's assuming that the military is going to be on his side immediately, or on the government side. I don't think so. But that's a whole nother issue. But then he puts, this is just fear-mongering. As you notice, he turns around and goes, and who are they going to be shooting at? He turns around, they're going to be shooting at you people. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? And one person who lives in this area in Pennsylvania said that the crowd behind him was the crowd. There weren't that many people there. They packed most of them behind him. Unverified, but that's somebody who lives in that area made that statement, which once again shows his popularity. This is the most popular president, got the most votes ever in history. whole nother subject. But after that, you would think somebody would say, yo, Joe, you got to pull it back a little bit. Oh, no, 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 no. He doubles down and he goes out and gives this speech. I believe it was like 2-3 days after he gives this speech. And woo, like I said, another first. Another first. Let's watch that.
Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights, to the pursuit of justice, to the rule of law, to the very soul of this country. They look at the mob that stormed the United States Capitol on January 6th, brutally attacking law enforcement, not as insurrectionists who placed a dagger at the throat of our democracy, but they look at them as patriots. And they see their MAGA failure to stop a peaceful transfer of power after the 2020 election as preparation for the 2022 and 2024 elections. They tried everything last time to nullify the votes of 81 million people. This time, they're determined to succeed in thwarting.
You heard that, you saw that. First off, I have to ask these two Marines that were behind him in this thing. Did they know what they were getting into? I question if those are actually active duty Marines that are behind it. It could be, I don't know, but I can't think of any Marine who would be like, yeah, I'm good with this satanic set and me standing here. This is weird. Okay, this is just off. But you heard him again. He doubles down. He doubles down. Of course, the mainstream liberal media is praising him. Oh, this is so patriotic that he did this. This is patriotic. Yeah, this is patriotic. What? This is him saying what needs to be said because look what happened on January 6th. And you sit there scratching your head like, well, yeah, but what happened? What, 2020, 2021? Where entire swaths of the country were on fire because of progressive BLM Antifa riots? When the Supreme Court justices were being threatened at their homes because of a ruling that the people who were threatening didn't like? We're not going to talk about none of that. But Trump supporters, literally half the country, are a threat to democracy, even though we're a constitutional republic. And you have to keep reminding these people of that. We're not a pure mob system, mob rule deal. But somebody must have gotten into his ear because he then comes out a couple of days after this strange speech and says this.
Mr. President, do you consider all Trump supporters to be a threat to the country?
You can't make that case. I don't consider any Trump supporter to be a threat to the country.
Yeah. All this right here is the midterms and 2024. They are desperate. They are desperate, and this is their Trump move. No pun intended. He's fear-mongering. He's literally trying to make half the country afraid of the other half of the country and tell them they're extremists, not because of action, which we have seen from the left for years. We have been watching the extreme behavior they have produced, and these Democrats say nothing about it. But all they can talk about is January 6th. They even go as far as call it an armed incursion on the Capitol building, and you're like, nobody had a gun there. As a matter of fact, the only person that was shot was an unarmed woman by one of the Capitol Police. So you kind of, their hypocrisy is deafening, but they're desperate, and they're trying to save their power going into 2022 and 2024. I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump both times. I don't know what this whole MAGA thing is about. MAGA Republican nonsense is about. I love freedom. I want cheap gas. I want opportunities for everybody, not for one specific group of people based on whatever criteria a progressive can come up with. I believe in the Bill of Rights for everyone. That's why I voted the way I voted. Now all of a sudden I'm an extremist. What have I done specifically that makes me so? I just voted against somebody that you don't like. But this is fear-mongering. People, you've seen what the Democrats have done for the 2 years. Not even just 2 years, what they have accomplished. Nothing. Look where we are. If you're going to allow this to influence your vote, to vote for them again, to get nothing, then that's on you. I tell you, get up, go vote, and don't listen to this garbage. Okay? Don't listen to it. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified the next time the video goes live. I'll see you on the next one.